Welcome, and I'm glad you could join me this evening. I ask people to send me questions either by email or by chat. So I think it takes a while for people to get on board. But I do have a very interesting question here. And it says, what do you do to stay positive? That's a good question, actually. I'm pretty positive. I think what causes us to be negative is disappointment in our expectations of others, disappointment in how they're behaving, taking care of themselves, or disappointment in how they're treating other people. We have all of these judgments that are realities. When you're angry or when you're depressed or when you're sick, all of that is a filter. It's like putting on a pair of shades. You don't see all of the light, you just see some of the light. You don't see the whole spectrum. So it's easy to become negative and not to see things positively. I can honestly say for myself that 90% of the terrible things that I was sure would happen to me never did. They worked themselves out before I had to deal with them. But I found if I worried about the future, if I worried about negative outcomes, then I would live a life with that consciousness, with that awareness. As I've stated recently quite a bit, like a broken record, there are 10,000 states of mind. And if you get caught in a state of mind of negativity, of where you think things are going to go bad, or if somebody's going to win an election that you don't want to win, and the election's not but a year away, then you're viewing life through that filter. And as you view life through that filter, the law of attraction draws everyone to you that vibrates at that level. As I said, keep repeating myself. If you're a thief, you're at a certain vibration, and in that vibration, you attract other thieves to you. Also attract the police to you because they work in that vibration. That's where they make their life. So you're attracting all of these things to you because of how you're viewing reality. And if you're angry or depressed or sick or full of fear, trepidation, then you're putting on some shades that's keeping away everything else. It's a question you have to ask yourself. I'm sorry, thoughts do this sometimes. The question you have to ask yourself is, what state of mind do I want to be in? I had some students come to me when I was teaching in Tucson many, many years ago, probably 20 years ago. And there was a lot of fear at that time. I don't know what it was about. Probably a meteor hitting the earth or something like that. I don't know, something weird. But they ask, is the world going to be destroyed in the next year or two? And my answer was, no, nothing's going to happen like that at all. And if all of us are destroyed in next year, I'll be the first one to come up to you and say, I guess I was wrong. What that does is it sets up, do I want to live the next year in fear Or do I want to just say, don't believe it, and live my life as if nothing is going to happen? Be happy, be in the moment, see other people as being heroic and beautiful and just trying to get through life. Understand that every human wants to be accepted and loved. And maybe all you can do to help them is to look at them and smile. Not out of pity, but out of a sense of oneness that there, but for the grace of God, go you. You know, you could be that person at some point. How would you want to be treated? How would you want to be dealt with? And that's how you deal with them. If you were in that position, how would you want to be treated? I think you'd want a little bit of respect, a little bit of kindness, because they live in a very unkind situation. You make a choice on what you're going to do. Are you going to be living in fear? Are you going to hang on to your anger and your resentment? Or can you just say, you know, I don't want to do that anymore? I'm pretty positive because I have a choice between being positive and being negative. And I found that being negative does not advance me. It does not enhance my life. As a matter of fact, it gets in the way of my joy and my peace. So why have a negative attitude? It doesn't help anyone, and it certainly doesn't help you. So logically, you think, well, this isn't working for me, so I'm going to start thinking positive thoughts. It's very common in self-discovery for people to put positive affirmations on the wall or on the refrigerator. You can go to just about any New Age bookstore and get, you know, cards and stuff of positive affirmations. You know, like, I don't know, the silly one that I used to use all the time, I'm a money magnet. And every time I would start to feel the pinch of my finances, I would say, I'm a money magnet. Money comes to me from every direction, unexpectedly. And I would just keep saying that over and over and over again until pretty soon I actually started to convince myself. You can change your life by actually changing the way you think. And you can do it consciously. You can choose not to be negative. When the negative thought comes up, and then before you open your mouth, you say, what can I say that's positive? If someone comes up and says they just observed a little dog getting run over, and you go, ugh, wait. And then you say the appropriate thing. Oh, that just breaks your heart, doesn't it? Animals are such beautiful creatures. And something you don't say is, we are all, every one of us, going to die. And every animal on this planet is going to die. That's inevitable. Thank God. Thank God that we can trade these bodies in on a new one now and again. Get to start fresh. Be positive. It's a determination you make. Start saying affirmations. Start saying things like, I am surrounded by love. I am supported by beautiful and wonderful friends. I am unaffected by the thoughts and feelings of others, unless they're positive. You can say all kinds of things. But I think being positive is just the most logical way to be. Because if you're negative, it doesn't help anything. It just makes everybody pissed off. It makes everybody angry when you're negative. Being negative on the surface can seem like you're taking control of the situation because you're emphatically telling somebody that they're wrong or that they're doing things terrible or somebody else is destroying the universe. I don't know. Just don't go there. Another thing you can do is practice smiling. Every morning when you get up, go to the bathroom and you're washing your face or everything, or brushing your teeth, you get everything done, put your teeth back in my case. Then I smile. I practice smiling. I go, I went to a workshop once. It was a laughing workshop. This is something any of you could do, actually. It's a fun activity. And what the guy did, he says, we're going to practice laughing. And you guys can do that with me. And everybody was kind of, what's this about? You know, God. He said, okay, the first one is ha. So everybody go ha, 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 ha. Then he said, okay, now go he, 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 he. Now go back to ha, 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 ha. He, he, ho, 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 ho. And he says, now do the snort. Ha, 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 he, ho, 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 ha, ha, he. And we did that, and within like 3 minutes, everybody in the room was laughing, sincerely laughing, not pretending to laugh. That's an interesting little exercise, isn't it? My teacher also told us one time, he says, when you're feeling really down and depressed and you can't stand, you just don't know, everything is just coming at you from every direction. He said, call up your best friend and just unload on them. Let them know how you feel, what's going on, what a terrible time you're having, but you must do it in a foreign accent. Try it. My girlfriend, she went and she cheated on me. Yeah, you get the gist. Being positive is part of being happy. Being positive puts you in the moment. You have a better chance of seeing the beauty of life when you're positive. You have a better chance of experiencing the wonder of humanity, of people. You get a skewed view if you're watching TV, because all they're doing is showing the negative and the angry and the crazy. And you get to thinking that's all there is. But it's not. Most of the people that I've met in this life, I would say 99% of them, or maybe 90%, there's some of them just absolutely nuts. There's no getting around it. But most of the people who are sane, have a grip on their reality, just want to take care of their family. They just want to live a good life. They want to provide lovely things for people that they love. And all of that leads you to being very positive. I'm going to play a piece of music that my teacher played one night, and I thought the first part of the music was somebody trying to learn to play the piano. It didn't sound very professional, but it ends up on a very good note. So let's listen to this piece of music by Tangerine Dream. Life can be pretty tough. There's a lot of pain in this world. I know. I know what it's like to lose someone that you love very dearly. I know what it's like to fail in businesses and have everybody tell you that, they knew you were doing the wrong thing at the beginning. I have lost everything in my life several times over. But now, all of those things have brought me to where I am now. Because as much as there has been all of this grief and shame and guilt and all that other stuff that I have experienced in life, I've also experienced some of the most amazing things you cannot imagine I have visited other continents, other countries. I have meditated with people who could not understand a word I was saying. And we all went into the light together. This world is an amazing, magical place. And if you get so caught up in all of the hurt and all of the fear and all of the what ifs, then you're blocking off half of your reality. The other half is so beautiful. This life is incredibly beautiful. And every breath you have is a gift. And every word that you speak is a spell you're casting. So let's watch what we say and how we respond. Let's observe those moments of judgment. Let's observe those times that we fall into being a victim. All of these things keep you from the beauty and wonder of life. I know some of you are going through some really tough times right now. I am a bit psychic. But I also know that you're going to make it fine. You're going to make it through the other side. Don't let this jade you. Don't let this be another one of those things that keeps you from experiencing love again. Or something that keeps you from trying one more time to get that business that you dreamed of. Whatever your dreams are, make them positive. Make them lovely. If there's any good, if there's any honor, if there's any compassion, let that be your mindset. I suggest that during the week, if you have a question you would like to ask me, that you type it in some sort of a note or Word document maybe. And then on the night of the meditation, you just look at it, cut and paste it in the chat. I'm interested in what you want me to say. I can talk endlessly about just about any situation. Sometimes I get it right. But I'm here for you. So, I got another message just as I was getting ready to get off. Well, let's look at it. How do I relate to the potential of my current positive unfoldment, given that the past has seemed so unproductive at times? Yeah, you can't live in the past. Your current positive unfoldment is putting you at a state of mind that's above what was going on in the past. It's difficult to let go of the past because we have lines into people and relatives and everybody that want us to stay there, even though they say we're doing terrible. They don't want us to improve. But once you start becoming positive and getting above that was holding you back, all the encumbrances of your life, as you start letting them go and accepting this new positive view, life becomes magic. You start seeing things differently. And you start dealing with your issues with using the high heart technique that I teach. Because it really works. Stay positive. If you want to be positive, you have to determine to keep positive and keep pushing away all of those thoughts and feelings that tell you that things aren't going to be okay, that you're not doing it right. You have to follow your heart. But the problem with following your heart is that it's your psychic center. So you're also picking up the thoughts and feelings of everyone else. Pretty difficult to follow your heart. But if you can get below all of the noise and all of the expectations and all of the judgments of other people, you get down to little Jiminy Cricket. way down in there. For those of you, maybe you need to read the story Pinocchio to get what I'm talking about. But Jiminy Cricket's always there trying to get you to do the right thing. Don't follow the crowd. They'll just make an ass out of you. It's a great story. Think about it. You want to be whole. You want to be complete. You don't want to be a wooden puppet. So good luck with that. And congratulations on your current positive unfoldment. I think that's just amazing. Keep it up. Good job. I appreciate all of you, as always, for your support. Namaste. I love you.